Okay, next up, we have Agnes, Cathy, and James and their venture, IncluiM.
Okay, cool. I guess everyone is ready for the next one. So, hi everyone, I'm Agnes, and we are here today to introduce IncluiM, a platform that empowers businesses to make websites and apps accessible for everyone. So, looking at this web page from ESPN, everything's pretty clear here. You see the video, you see the match, the player, the game, everything's there. But for someone who's using screen reader, this is what they experience.
Flash SS_2,839,299,765.jpg unlabeled image.
No mention of a video, no play button, nothing. For millions of users who's using screen reader, that highlight reel doesn't even exist. And here's another example. You see there's a stock market dashboard here, green for gains, red for losses. But for someone who has a red-green color blindness, these color blends together. If you, these color blends together. Imagine that you're making a decision when every trend, every estimation, every warning looks exactly the same. Would you still rely on this platform and stay on that platform? I guess no. So my journey into accessibility started 2 years ago when I was working on a software project. We received a user feedback from a colorblind user. Would you like to adjust color? Would you like to adjust the color? As I dive more into the accessibility research, I realized that these problems are everywhere. People are encountering similar frustration across the internet. In fact, 96% of the website remains inaccessible, meaning that we are excluding 1.3 billion of people from the digital world. And this is not only a human rights issue, but also business imperative. Companies are bleeding 7 billion in revenue due to lost engagement and lost customers. Over the past 5 years, they've also paid more than 360 million due to the lawsuit from non-compliance. With the increasing regulations, such as European Accessibility Act, taking into effect just 8 weeks, business must act now. However, making website accessible is not an easy task. It requires close collaboration across teams, and it can take anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks. And that's exactly where IncluiM comes in. So we provide an end-to-end suite that automates accessibility issue detection and remediation, and also powers the collaboration across teams through a unified dashboard. Whether you're working on a prototype design, writing code, or managing a live website, IncluiM fits right into your workflow and track your changes as track your progress as you make changes to everything. Now, if you're a business owner, let's see how you can take your first step toward accessibility using IncluiM.
Simply paste your website link here, and our system automatically scans the entire site. Within moments, you will receive an accessibility score along with a detailed report. The report explains issues by type and impact. Click Fix, it will take you to a new page where you immediately get 3 valuable resources: a step-by-step solution explaining how to fix the issue, a ready-to-use code example you can directly copy and paste, and additional resources for accessibility guidelines.
The demo is just the beginning. As we move into design and development, we even offer more powerful AI fixes that integrate into your favorite tools. Our target customers fall into 2 groups. On one side, we have accessibility professionals, testers, specialists, consultants who need better tools. On the other, we also working with businesses that are either at risk of legal action or they just want to improve accessibility for their users. So knowing who is our customer, that's how we enter the market. So right now, we are focusing on product development and validation through the partnership with Kobe Communication and pilot program with individual accessibility professionals. Our goal is to validate that our product our goal is to gain firsthand experience, understand the existing tool, and also validate our product improve their workflow efficiently and correctly. So once our product is validated, we will launch our individual subscription. User will get a free scan and 10 AI fixes to resolve 1/5 of the critical issues on one single page. For additional AI fixes and issue tracking, the user can upgrade to an affordable monthly plan, saving hours of manual testing and documentation. Collaboration feature will be introduced next. And for our next step, we are focusing on two problems. How do we expand and where do we go next? Internally, we will turn our pilot user into internal champions, helping us to reach to the larger teams or organizations. Externally, we will launch our target outreach program, and we will focus on this high-risk, small, medium-sized enterprises in industries like e-commerce or the accessibility-focused team in the larger enterprises. Our goal is to validate these customer segments, drive adoption, and achieve product market fit. So we offer 2 scalable annual plans tailored to company size and collaboration needs. These tiers include full dashboard access, team-based workflow, as well as the task delegation that keep you fresh with the most updated accessibility regulations and the tools. So we also expect our business to evolve as we validate and confirm our target customer segments. In the long run, we will expand the awareness through community events like webinars, workshops, white papers, and the partnerships with the accessibility-focused organizations. We also want to ride the wave of accessibility regulations. As the public demand rises, IncluiM is positioned to become the industry standard. So the market of digital accessibility represents a large and growing opportunity that is mostly overlooked. Our total market, representing all websites with web services, is valued at $186.4 billion, and our servable addressable market, representing companies that are currently prioritizing accessibility as their digital strategy, is valued at $3.4 billion. And the market we want to reach, we can realistically reach in the short term, is valued at $131 million. So we calculated our TAM by segmenting the businesses by sizes from micro to large, and then applying our tiered pricing. We then narrowed down to the SAM and the sum by adjusting for the percentage of businesses actively investing in accessibility. So the digital accessibility industry is also highly fragmented with diverse players specializing in their own niche. But what makes us unique is our end-to-end approach. From design to development to testing and manage, we ensure that businesses have the right tool at every stage of their product development and also communicate effectively among their teams. So our MVP is currently progressing across multiple platforms, including a website for initial auditing, you've just seen that, and a Figma plugin and a VS Code plugin. We've established strong partnership with Kobe Communication and also built connection with a number of accessibility testers, developers, and professionals from different industries. On the funding and visibility side, we've secured 5,000 through grant program and also gained exposure through main startup challenge and Greenlight May. So we are finalizing our MVP, collaborating with academic researchers on the model fine-tuning. Our goal is to release the full MVP by June and recruit at least 20 participants for user testing. In July, we will launch paid subscription to convert pilot users. After launch, we will scale by exhibiting at the major accessibility conferences and also driving growth through the direct outreach. We've invested our initial 5,000 in funding directly into development. So today, we are seeking an additional 25,000. 70,000 will be dedicated into accessibility consultants and user testing, allowing us to iteratively improve our product. 17,500 will be allocated into targeted marketing across key segments with the goal to achieve product market fit. The rest of the 500 will be spent on the basic operation. We are a collaborative team with experience across multiple projects. I'm Agnes, CEO and founder, leading accessibility research and outreach. Alongside me are my two co-founders, James, our CCO, specialized in AI human interaction and UI UX, and Cathy, our CTO, who's an expert in AI agents and machine learning. We are also supported by two outstanding mentors, Jeremy Barron, who is an experienced entrepreneur, and Professor Nessa El-Wadi, who provides strong technical support. Our progress wouldn't be possible without every member of the team. We also want to extend our special thanks to everyone who has supported us along the way. Now, scan the QR code to sign up and be among the first to try out our product. Join us today to build a digital world that is accessible for everyone. And I'd love to invite my co-founders, James and Cathy, on stage as we open up for Q&A, and we are excited to hear your questions.
Thank you. I was trying to think through how frequently you've got your website owners actually updating their websites significantly enough that they would actually require testing, as opposed, like changing layouts and colors and things like that, as opposed to just sort of updating content. And the reason I was thinking about that was because I was curious about why, if you said early on that it takes maybe 4 to 12 weeks to add accessibility to a website, why somebody would want to pay a monthly subscription. Why wouldn't they just go in and do it themselves once, and why would they need the monthly subscription?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's a great question, and we've been thinking about it. So first, we offer an individual tier subscription for individual contractors who go around and fix and maintain websites for other small businesses. So because they're going to continue to work on different websites, they might appreciate our continued subscription. And secondly, we have found more and more resources online, online forums, and people are talking about how even small changes in their websites can cause like violations to accessibility guidelines and usability issues. So we are seeing more and more website owners taking steps to improve their websites even after small changes. Yeah.
So there's the whole world of everybody who develops websites, but I would really encourage you guys to get much more specific about who your customer is. So let's start there. Who do you think your ideal initial customer is?
This is a really good question. So based on our research, what we want to focus on first is probably by segment by industry. So I think for now, like 77% of the lawsuit fall into the e-commerce, and that's exactly where like people get trouble because at e-commerce, if you're like, for example, if your button, if you're like the button to add your stuff into the shopping cart is unlabeled, and there's just no way for a user to actually like process, and it just leads to like tremendous frustration. And we want to focus on that industry probably first, and that it will be, and also because we are kind of like a building connection across the industries, we can also see where like people get more excited like about our product.
So I just want to add to that. I think that's very good thinking. There's plaintiffs' attorneys who are specifically going out and finding clients to go sue, particularly e-commerce companies. Solving the problem for them makes a lot of sense. You might build your product, though, quite differently if you're solving it for them versus solving it for web developers who develop for small businesses. Mm-hmm. The needs of large e-commerce companies may look quite different. So I think you benefit a lot. It's a very logical place to go. It makes a lot of sense. I think you benefit a lot from like making a clear decision there and designing around the needs of those customers.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that you had in the slide that Accessibility does is this overlay, and one of the reasons that I think that has been so successful is it doesn't really require any technical ability to make the fix or prevent a lawsuit from occurring. So what was the decision to have that be the one thing you guys didn't focus on?
Yeah, actually, a fun fact is that Accessibility, which is kind of famous for its overlay, and like you can see a lot of like a website, even like I think like Zara or like those shopping like site have like accessibility overlay, but they've been sued recently for $1 million because the customers think overlay is a scam. It solved the issue that making your site look compliant to the regulations, but it's not solving any problem with people who are actually using that website. So basically, we don't want to provide a solution that like is not actually solving the problem, and that's the reason why we decide to like leave the space there.
Also, in addition to the widget, like it could potentially like solve part of the accessibility issues, but like fundamentally accessibility, it's like a human-centric field. So like we want to still encourage like the collaboration between humans and also the AI tools, and that's why we think like we will leave the widget away, because like just as Agnes said, it's like essentially it's a scam, and also it will get us in trouble as well. Yeah.
Great work.
Thank you.